गणानां त्वा गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत आनश्रुतिभिः सीदसादनम्। ॐ महागणपतये नमः। ॐ प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामविद्यवतु। ॐ वाग्देव्यै नमः। ॐ शिवनामनि भावितेऽन्तरङ्गे महति ज्योतिषि मालिनी मयार्धे दुरितान्यपयान्ति दूरदूरे मूरायान्ति महान्ति मङ्गलानि स्मृते सकलकल्याणभाजनं यत्र जायते पुरुषस्तमजं नित्यं व्रजामि शरणं हरिम्। ॐ सन्नो मित्रः वरुणः सन्नो भवद्वर्यमा सन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः सन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्भक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु भक्तारम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। यश्छन्दसा वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया आशृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासम्। शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिश्रुवं ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पीतः श्रुतं मे गोपाय। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। अहं वृक्षस्य रेरिवा कीर्तिः पृष्ठं गिरेरिव ऊर्ध्वपवित्रो वाजिनीव स्वमृतमस्मि द्रविणगुं सवर्चसं सुमेधा अमृतोक्षितः इति त्रिशङ्कोर्वेदानुवचनम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वा प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु। तदात्मनि विरते य उपनिषत्सु धर्मा ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। वां मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्मयेभिः वेदस्य महानीस्थः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासीः अनेनाधीतेनाहो रात्रान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः भद्रं नो अपि वातयमनः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्ट्वागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यसेन देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः यो ब्रह्माणो विददाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तदुङ्गदेवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यन्निजान्तर्गतम् पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया वैरिवोद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यः साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयम् तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदम् श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदम् प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्र्यचित्रीकृतम् मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगी वयस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदम् श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये यस्यैव स्फुरणं सदा मकमसत्कल्पार्थगं भासते साक्षात् तत्त्वमसीति वेदवचसा यो बोधयत्याश्रितान् यत्साक्षात्करणात् भवेन्न पुनरावृत्तिर्भवाम्भोनिधौ तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदम् श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नानाच्छिद्रघटोदरस्थितमहादीपप्रभास्वरम् ज्ञानं यस्य तु चक्षुरादिकरणद्वारा बहिस्पन्दते जानामीति तमेव भान्तमनुभात्येतत् समस्तं जगत् तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदम् श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये देहं प्राणमतीन्द्रियाण्यपि चलाम् बुद्धिं च शून्यं विदुः स्त्रीबालान्धजडोपमास्त्वगमिति भ्रान्ता भृशं वादिनः मायाशक्तिविलासकल्पितमहाव्यामोहसंहारिणे तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदम् श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगतो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्र पराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्द योगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः शङ्कराश्लेषविलसत्आनन्दामृतनिर्भराम् विश्वोत्तंसितपादाब्जाम् ब्रह्मविद्याम् विभावये नमः श्रुतिशिरः पद्मचण्डमातण्डमूर्तये बादरायणसंज्ञाय मुनये समवेश्मने वेदान्तनिकुरुम्बेण तात्पर्येण प्रकाशितः स्वात्मानन्दैकरस्येन कल्याणाय शिवोऽस्तु नः अधीः भगवो ब्रह्म। अथातो ब्रह्मजिज्ञासा जन्माद्यस्य यतः पेज नंबर 85। जन्मादि जन्म स्थिति भंगम creation, sustenance and dissolution asya of this world yataha from whom, that is Brahma, tat Brahma janmadi asya jagatah yataha ismat karanat tat Brahma jignasyam iti. Now, when you say Karana, the nature of the Karana to a large extent can be thought of from the Karya itself. Suppose you see a beautiful sculpture, a beautiful idol statue you see, exquisite, say a marble statue or a stone statue, very beautiful statue. Then from that what is made, you can to a great extent understand the skill of the sculptor. And suppose you see a complex creation, based upon the complexity of the creation, you can understand that, we can understand how much jnana, the knowledge the person who made this must be having, how much power, the capacity must the person be having. From the karya itself, we can think of, we may not be able to arrive at exactly the nature of the creator, the maker or the karana, but from the karya to a great extent we can sort of arrive at the nature of the karana. Assuming that this prapancha is a karya, this world is a karya, assuming that, this itself is not proven yet. Jagat is karyam, that itself is yet to be established. But siddhavat kritya, assuming that it is so, that the universe is a creation, then jagat karyam. Then depending on seeing the complexity, the nature of the karya here of this jagat, that Bhashyakara presented through 4 visheshanas. Asya jagataha namarupabhyam vyakritasya aneka kartru bhoktru samyuktasya. Then pratiniyata desha kala nimita kriya pala ashrayasya manasa api achintya rachanatmakasya, etc. Bhashyakara pointed out, brings out the creation, jagat, how complex it is, how vast it is, and how unfathomable it is to a great extent. Looking at the jagat as a karya, there must be a karta iti. Karya presupposes a karta iti, a maker, a creator, a karana iti. What is the nature of the karana? We will come to that later. Is it material? Is it nimitta, the creator, matter, maker and the material? That will be arrived at later. Both are karana only. The maker also, nimitta karana, that's also a karana. Material also karana. What is the karana, material for this prapancha, and what is the maker? That can come little later. But at least there is a karanam is there. Jagat sakaranam karyatvat gatavat. Jagat being karya, there has to be a karana. Like for example, the gata, clay pot, has a maker, as a karana, as a material and also as a maker. Like gata, jagat being karya, it must have a karana. And we know that 2 karanas are there, nimitta and upadana. Without looking into the twofold karana, what is the upadanam for this jagat, what is the nimittam for this jagat, without looking into the twofold karana, simply it is said here, karanam, jagat karanam, Brahma. That much karanatva matram that is presented here. Of course, when we say sarvajna, sarvashakti, etc., we have to bring in the abhinanimita upadanatvam for the karanam, Brahma, we have to bring in. And this is going to be discussed in the later sutra, Prakritischa. In that sutra, Prakriti means upadana karana also, material also. So the Almighty, the Lord Ishvara, Brahma, is both the maker and the material for this creation. Elsewhere, in many systems, in many philosophical systems and religious belief systems, Ishvara is only the maker, nothing to do with the material. But Veda points out that Ishvara, Bhagavan, the Lord, is the material also. That only makes sense. That only makes Ishvara, Ishvara. Otherwise Ishvara becomes one more entity different from the material. It becomes limited by the material. And that material question comes, who made that material? Who made that raw? Who created that raw material? Comes. Upadanasya karta. Upadanasya karanam kim? Question comes. Then there has to be another creator for the material. And another material cause should be there for this material. both lead to anavastha only. And further, Ishvara being limited by another entity, Ishvara cannot be limitless, cannot be almighty. Therefore, Ishvara is the Upadanam cha. That is said in the Sutra, Prakritihi cha. Prakriti means Upadanam also. For this Prapancha is Ishvara. This we have from the Shruti Vākyas, Tadaikshata. Then Aikshata refers to Nimitta Karana. Namarupe Vyakaravani. There the Nimitta also, the Upadana also comes. May I manifest this Namarupa. So Upadanam cha bhavati. So Abhina Nimitta Upadana Karanam Ishvaraha Brahma. That is Gautam. That discussion is going to be in detail, is going to be there in the later sutras. But here, taking that Abhina Nimitta Upadana Karanatvam as Siddhavat, as though established, based on the Shrutis and based on the later sutras, it is taken as Siddhavat Kritya, it is dealt here. But here, mainly Karanatva Matram, that is mentioned here. So, Jagate Sakaranam. Sa Upadana Karanam, Sa Nimitta Karanam, both it. Upadana Karana, what is Upadana Karana for this Jagat? That will come little later. Now, what is the Karta? Who is the Karta for this, the maker for this? Ishvaraha. That is what is said in this Sutra here. From this Sutra, Jagat Karanam Brahma here. From that we take this. Jagat being the Karya, being the creation, considering its complexity, its vastness, its profundity, even unthinkable, not even imaginable by our own minds, what's all there, what's all happening, we can't even imagine. In the wildest of our imagination, we can't imagine all that is there. So that implies the Sarvajñatva, all-knowing, Sarvashaktimatva, it implies. So, Jagat Sakartrikam, Karyam Jagat Sakartrikam. It must have a Karta. Kevala Jada Padartha cannot be the Jagat Karana because Pratiniyata Deshakala Bhashikarasat. Pratiniyata Deshakala Nimitta Kriya Phala Ashrayasya Jagataha. All set order is there. Definiteness about Desha, Kala, all these are all there. There is a very grand orderliness is here. The orderliness, the Niyati, implies the Niyanta. Correct? Without a Niyanta, there cannot be a Niyati. Without the ordainer, the order cannot be there. Just inert objects themselves don't create a Niyati. If only inert objects alone are there in this prapancha, then perhaps we can say that Jada Vastu, an inert object itself becomes the Hetu for this prapancha, we can say. But there are sentient beings as well, like human beings. Right? So Chetana, the sentient being, is not a creation of the inert matter, nor it's a byproduct, an occasional, an accidental phenomenon, as many scientists, even many scientists believe so. They believe so. They don't conclude. There is no. Their belief is taken as a conclusion. Many scientists themselves believe that sentiency, consciousness is just adventitious phenomenon. It is just adventitious. Just happens by accident, by chance, life comes into existence, they say. Matter is the truth for them, so consciousness is an epiphenomenon, just happens. Even scientists believe so. Okay, they believe so. Alright, curious. Alright, whereas this Chetana Prapancha, Chetanas are there, this cannot be explained the creation of this world filled with living beings also cannot be explained by saying that material and atoms are the cause, or simply energy is the cause. Right? Energy also is inert, like atoms are inert, like matter is inert. Energy also is inert only. Shakti also inert only. Therefore, matter or energy cannot be the absolute cause for this world. That cannot be the Mula Karana. There has to be a Chetana. Sakartrikam. Kartri means Chetanatva is there. Jagat Sakartrikam. Karyatvat. Ankuradivat. Devadattadivat. Gatavat we cannot say. Gata is an inert object, but then we say Ankuradivat. Ankura is a sentient thing. A plant is a sentient being. A live thing it is. Plant is life. Or Devadattadivat we can say. So, there is the Karta, that is there. Jagat Karanam Brahma means Jagat Karta Brahma. Jagat Kartri Brahma. And from that, Karana, the Jagat Karana, taking the Jagat Karana itself as a lingam, as an indication, then we arrive at the Sarvajñatva also by another Anumana. Jagat Karanam Brahma, Sarvajñam, Sarvashakti. Can we give a similar example here? There is no similar example. Sarvajña, Sarvashakti, there is nobody else. We all are Alpajña, Alpashakti we are. We have limited knowledge, limited powers we have. We don't create this world. We create some little things we create. But then, we don't create the world. We ourselves are part of the creation. Right? The part of the creation cannot be the creator of this entire thing. Very evidently. Nor the jada, any jada vastu can be the creator. So, we can only give Vyatireka Drishtanta here. Unlike Drishtanta only we can give here. So in Anumana, there is a Drishtanta Amsa is there. Drishtanta shows Vyapti, correct? So Jagat Karanam Brahma Sarvajñam. This is what we are saying. Sarvajñam Sarvasakti. Jagat Karanatvat. Why Brahma is Sarvajñam Sarvasakti? Jagat Karanatvat, being the Karana of Jagat. How do you know that Brahma is Jagat Karanam? Shruti Vākya is there. Jagat Karanam Brahma iti Shruti Vākya is there. Janmadhyasya yataha iti. The sutra also means that. So, Brahma Sarvajñam Sarvashaktimat Jagat Karanatvat. Drishtanta. Only Vyatireka Drishtanta. Vyatirekena Kulaladivat. Like a pot, unlike a potter, etc. Potter is not a Sarvajña, is not all-knowing, is not almighty. Is a little mighty, yes, but not almighty. So, Vyatirekena Kulaladivat yati, that is there. This Anumanas, Jagat has a Karta, being a Karya, like pot, etc. That, like pot or Ankura, that Anumana. And this Anumana, Brahma is Sarvajña, Sarvashakti, being the Karana of Jagat, unlike potter, etc. Both Anumanas are based on Shruti only. From Jagat Karanatvam we arrive at only from Shruti. That Brahma Asti, even that Astitva is gotten from Shruti only. This is the fact. Brahma Asti iti we know from Shruti only. Ishvaraha Asti only from Shruti. A lot of things we come to know only from the Shruti. Swargaha Asti, Punarjanma Asti, Punyapape Asti, Punyapape Staha, Punyapapa are there. Swargadihi Asti. Atma Brahma, Atma Shuddhaha Advitiyaha. All this we come to know only from the Shruti only, Veda only we know. There is no other source. Pratyakshadi is not the Pramana. Anumana is not the Pramana because there is Vitpratipatti is there. Various contentions are there. If one can arrive at the nature of this world, the truth of the world, the truth of the Creator, truth of ourselves, by inference, by reasoning alone, then why is there not conclusiveness about all this? Why is there difference? And why is there people vehemently trying to defend their own beliefs and ideas and philosophies? Right? One dismisses the other. These all show that Anumana has no finality. Anumana is not an independent pramana in these matters. Our reasoning, our logic, etc., our induction, etc., our intellect is not the independent means of arriving at the truth about all these. There is not an independent means. Our intelligence, etc., reasoning capacity has its own scope. Its own scope is there. Its own gochara is there. But this is not Brahma, Jagat Karanam, etc. This is not the Vishaya for our Anumana or anybody's Anumana. Only from the Shruti we understand Astitvam of Ishvara, Astitvam of Brahma, Astitva of Swarga, etc. Atma being Adviti, etc. All that we know only from Shruti. So Shruti is the basis for these Anumanas. That Bhashyakara says here in this sentence. Etadeva Anumanam Samsara Vyatirikta Ishvara Astitva Adi Sadhanam Manyante Ishvara Karaninaha. The Tarkikas think that Manyante, they think. The word Manyante shows that it is not, it's weak. It's not very absolute. It's not absolute. It's not certain. Manyante. Na jananti. Adhyavasyanti. That is not there. But then Manyante. They think. This word, choice of word Manyante itself indicates that this they are thinking. Their thinking is not correct. It's not proper. It's not correct. And what do they say? What do they think? Etad anumanameva. This anumana, independent. They think that we can infer, we can arrive at the astitva of Ishvara just by logic, just by reasoning. They think so. Etadeva anumanam sadhanam manyante. Sadhana means the establisher. That which proves, that which establishes the astitva adi, the existence, etc. etc. The adi padat, sarvajna, sarvashakti, all this. Sarvavyapi, all this. Asangatva, all this, etc. Here, sarvajna, sarvashakti, that is what is referred to by adi padat. So, Ishvara astitva, Ishvara astitva, Ishvara sarvajnatva, and Ishvarasya sarvashaktimatva sadhanam. Here, Bhashyakara switches to the word Ishvara here in the previous sentence also. Na yatokta visheshanasya jagataha yatokta visheshanam Ishvaram muktva, in that sentence also. Anyataha pradhanat achetanaat anubhyaha bhavat. Then also Bhashyakara quietly use the word Ishvara. Here also in this sentence also, etadeva anumanam samsara vyatirikta Ishvara astitvavi ityas. What is Prakritam is Brahma, and then Ishvara, Jagat Karanam Brahma is what is said. Yato va imani bhutani jayante tad vijijñāsasva tad Brahma, that is what is said. Shruti also says Brahma, and Sutra also says Brahma. Atato Brahma Jijñāsa Janmadhyasya Yataha Brahmanaha iti, that is Brahma. Bhashyakara quietly says Ishvara here. There was one German scholar, Tibu, okay? I think German. Good scholar. He came to India and then he studied Sanskrit and all that. And then he has translated Brahmasutra Bhashya also. Then he remarks in the preface or something, he remarks, Shankara is confused. Okay. Because when he uses the word Ishvara and Brahma indiscriminately, where Brahma has to be said, Shankara uses Ishvara. Where Ishvara is to be said, he uses Brahma. Here Brahma is Prakritam, Bhashyakara says, Ishvaram Muktva, Ishvara Astitva Sadhanam, etc. So Shankara is confused. Ishvara is Sagunam. With the Maya, it is not Paramarthika. Why is there Paramarthika? Leave the question. Ishvara is Sagunam, whereas Brahma is Nirgunam. So Shankara is confused. This is what he says. Shankara is not confused. You are confused. You are confused. You don't know what is the meaning of Ishvara and Brahma. What you may say Ishvara, Ishvarahi, Brahma. When he says Sagunam, Nirgunam, that is not, we are not talking about two things. There is only one Vastu, Brahma Eva, and that Vastu, Karya Drishtya, from the Karya standpoint, and then from the Karya we say there is a Karana. So Karanatva Drishtya, Ishvaraha iti uchyate, Brahma eva uchyate. Correct? And then Karana Karya, Abhava Drishtya, Nirmukta Drishtya, Tadeva Vastu, Brahma iti uchyate. That's all. From the standpoint of effect, the creation, that truth is called Ishvara, the Lord Almighty. From the truth, from the standpoint of itself, without considering the cause-effect relation, that is called Brahma. Very same thing is called Brahma. Brahma is Ishvara. Ishvara is Brahma. They are not two Vastus. Therefore, Bhashyakara quietly puts Ishvara here. When he says Ishvara, then the Maya, etc., that is Karanatva also are automatically implied here. So Bhashyakara says, Ishvara Astitva is Astitva Adi Sadhanam Manyante here. So Ishvaraha Asti. Then Ishvaraha is Sarvajnaha. Ishvara is Sarva Shaktiman. This is the sadhanam. This anumanam becomes the means, the proof for existence of Ishvara iti. And who is this Ishvara? Samsari Yathirikta. That he clarifies. Who is other than the Samsari, Jiva iti. Ishvara Karaninaha Evam Manyante. They think that they are able to arrive at the existence of Ishvara by their own thinking, by their own process of their own reasoning, etc. They can arrive at. They are arriving at it. They think so. So the Anumana here, Kartrutva, Ishvara is Karta, Brahma is Karta for the Jagat iti. And then that Ishvara Brahma is Sarvajna iti. These two Anumanas, they consider that, Nayayikas, Tarkikas consider that we are able to arrive at this Anumana that Ishvaraha Asti, Ishvaraha Sarvajnaha, Ishvaraha Sarvasaktiman iti, we are arriving at by Anumana itself, they think. If we ask, oh no, Shruti talks about Ishvaraha Astitva, etc., Shruti talks. Our Anumana is Pradhana here. And Anumana helps our Anumana establishes the validity of the Shruti Vākya. This is what they think. For the Tarkika, Anumana is the Pradhana Pramanam, main Pramana. Shruti also has to be validated by Anumana only. Parataha Pramanya, Paratah Pramanya Vadinaha, Tarkikas, this Nayayika. So they consider that the Shruti needs Anumana to be proved, to be proven as valid, as correct. Shruti needs Anumana, they think. So that's why everywhere they bring in some Anumana. Everywhere, Gatatvat, Patatvat, etc. they bring in. And here, the word Manyante, Bhashyakara deliberately put here, to show that this is Abhasa only. They are thinking that the Astitva, etc. of Ishvara is arrived at by inference only, inference itself, by reasoning, by logic itself. This is not strong, this cannot be established. It is only Abhasa, it is indicated. indicated by that. Like even the Tikakara brings an example. In the case of a sprout, Ankuraha Sakartrikaha. Ankura must have a Karta. Now, who is the Karta? Ankura is a creation. Then, who is the Karta for this Ankura? Is a Jiva. Any Jiva the Karta? The one who sows the seed is the one who creates the plant? Definitely not. The fellow only sows the seed, that's all. And then pours some water, that's all. And sometimes doesn't even pour any water. Nature takes care of it. The Jiva is not the Karta for this Ankura. This Jiva or any other Jiva? No Jiva is the Karta for this. It's not that the Jiva sits there and then slowly like adding clay etc. to that makes into an Ankura. No. Jiva is not the Karta for this Ankura. Nor can be the Chetana, Achetana. Other than Jiva, Achetana, any inert thing cannot be the Karta for this Ankura. There is no third factor here, known factor. You don't see. See, the Ishvara Astitva is yet to be established. Correct? Ishvara is not proven yet. Therefore, you cannot say Ishvara is the Karta for this Ankura. We cannot say because Ishvara Astitva itself is not proven. And they are trying to use the Ankura Utpatti for the existence of Ishvara. That is, the Ishvara itself is not proven. Sadhya it is, yet to be Sadhya. It's yes, Sadhya, it's not Siddha Ishvara. You follow? Ishvara Astitva is not proven yet. Then without them there is no third factor. Jiva is not the Karta for this Ankura. Nor any Achetana, Jada Vastu is not the Karta for this Ankura. And Ishvara is yet to be established. The Kartrutva is gone. Kartrutva Anumana is gone. Karyam Sakartrikam. That Anumana is gone. Yadyat Karyam Tattat Sakartrikam iti Anumana is gone. Okay? You follow? You cannot prove that there is Ishvara. It's not yet to be proven by Anumana. By Anumana it is not to be, cannot be proven. Also, there are people who dispense with Ishvara totally. Like Sankhya dispenses with Ishvara totally. For him, Pradhana itself brings about everything. That's also a reasoning only. He uses reasoning. Nayayika says, Ishvara asti, Jagat Karta. Then Sankhya says, Jagat Karanam Pradhanam asti, full stop. There is no Ishvara. Your Anumana is not final there. It is not the Pradhana Pramana there. Ishvara is Atindriya. Atindriya Vishaye. How do you arrive at Anumana, etc.? You arrive at, how do you have the Vyapti Jnana? Vyapti Jnana with reference to Gatapata? Yes. These are all Laukika Padartha. You have the Vyapti Jnana. Karyatvam is there, therefore Kartrika, Karta is there. Yes. So with reference to Laukika Vastu, Drishta Vastu, it's all okay. But not with reference to Atindriya Vastu. What is beyond the scope of these Pramanas, you cannot have Anumana. So Vyapti Jnanam eva nasti. That fails your Vyapti Jnana. Karyam Sakartrikam iti Vyapti. Yadyat Karyam Tattat Sakartrikam iti Vyapti fails. In the case of Ankura itself, it's not provable, establishable. Okay? Therefore, Anumana, by Anumana you don't establish Ishvara Astitvam, and Ishvara is the Karana for the Jagat, you cannot establish, and therefore you cannot establish Ishvara Sarvajna, etc. You cannot establish by Kevala Tarka, you cannot establish. The Vyapti fails, Anumana fails, therefore. And then, based on this Jagat Karanam Brahma, therefore Brahma is Sarvajnam. That also is not possible. Jagat Karanatvam itself is to be established for Brahma, cannot be established. Therefore, Sarvajna, etc., that's also it's not possible to establish by Anumana. Also, Yesterday I mentioned, how do you know that Jagat is a Karyam? How do you say that? Karyam means something which comes into existence, right? Before the time of birth, it was not there. It is known to you. That it was not there, is known to you. Then it comes into being, that's known to you. Then you say that is a Karyam. How do you say that Jagat is a Karyam? Were you there before Jagat was created? My uncle was there. No, I'm asking, were you there? Do you know? My uncle said, no. Then that's a belief. That's a belief. It's not a pramana. It's just an idea. It's not a belief. It's just a belief, not a valid. It's not a proven yet. Not a conclusive proof. It is proven. It is not conclusively proven. Not. It is not proven. So Jagat is Karyam itself is a beginning Anumana. The beginning of the Anumana itself is an assumption. That Jagat is a creation is an assumption. It's not proven. There's no pramana for it. What about you? No? Shruti is the pramana for us. Shruti is the pramana. There it is not. We understand that we don't apply Anumana etc. in that. We give independent. We know that Shruti is the pramana in this case and Shruti says it. Whereas this Anumana is Buddhi Uha. Purusha Buddhi. Uha is there. Assumptions by the Purusha, the person is there. By the person, by the intellect is there. Alright. So, Ishvaraha, Jagat Karyam itself is not proved by inference, by reasoning. And further, Eka Karta, Aneka Kartaraha, Aneke Kartaraha, you cannot establish. Ishvaraha, Ekaha, you cannot establish by Anumana. Suppose you say, Jagat Karta Ekaha, Kulala Divati. Then you say, the Jagat Kartaraha Aneke, Prasadadi Karyavati. A complex building, there are many people who bring it into existence. Prasadadivati, then Aneka Ishvaravada will come. Therefore, Ishvara Eka you cannot establish. You cannot say Laghava. Here the question of Laghava Gaurava don't apply. For the sake of simplicity, let us assume that Ishvara is one, not many. If the question of simplicity doesn't apply here. Right? Laghava Gaurava, they don't apply here. If there are many Ishvaras, there are, that's all. Your Laghava doesn't apply here. Simplicity doesn't apply here. Therefore, Ishvaraha, Ekaha, Advitiya, that's also not proven. Kulala, yes, that is only one partner, usually. That's also sometimes many can make. The wife will make the ring portion, and then the son may make the middle portion, or the Kulala may make the etc. tube, nose, etc. All that spout, etc. It's all possible. But here, therefore, Ishvaraha Ekaha is not proven also, not established by Anumana. Therefore, Tasmat Atindriyarthe Laukika Pramana Agochare Shastrameva Pramanam Shastrameva Sharanam Shruti eva Sharanam. And therefore, Anumana we use, Yukti we use in the process of understanding what the Shruti says, where and when necessary, to the extent necessary we use Yukti, but not as an independent Pramana. Na Swatantram Anumanam Na Swatantra Pramanam iti, that is the idea. It's indicated here. Now, the Vaiseshika brings up this question. Vaiseshika means Tarkika, that it brings up a question. In the Vaiseshika thinking, there are only two Pramanas, Pratyaksha and Anumana. Shruti also falls within this Anumana, in meaning that whatever the Shruti says, that has to be validated by the reasoning. Validated by reasoning, proven by reasoning. That means Shruti is not an independent pramana for the Vaisheshika. Even though Vaisheshika accepts Veda is a pramana, but that's not a Swatantra pramanam for the Vaisheshika. It has to be proven, it's within the Anumana only, not Swatantra. Nayayika accepts Veda as an independent pramana, but Nayayika also says the same thing. Shruti has to be proven by Anumana. That is because Parataha Pramanyam. We saw the defects in this itself. Anumana itself, how do you know Anumana itself is valid? How do you know the Anumana, your Anumana is right? How do you know that? You are trying to validate the Shruti by your Anumana. You say that your Anumana validates Shruti. What validates your Anumana, your inference? How do you know that this is correct? Your Anumana is correct. Correct? So problem again. One more Anumana, endless it is. Anyonyashraya, etc. Problems are there. Therefore, this Paratas Pramanya itself is not an acceptable position. This is Tarkika's basic position. Paratas Pramanya. All the complexity of the Tarka is because of this Paratas Pramanyam only. Everything has to be validated. Every Pramana has to be validated by some other Pramana. And what is that other Pramana, some other Pramana? Anumana, our Anumana. This is the problem. Therefore, the Tarkika, the Vaisheshika questions here. Nanu iha api tadeva upanyastam janmadi sutre. In this sutra, iha api, in this sutra also, iha means janmadi sutre. In this janmadi asyataha iti tadeva upanyastam anumanameva, our anumanameva presented. That alone is presented here. Don't think that janmadi asyataha brings in the Shruti Vākya, but janmadi asyataha brings in only our anumana. What is your anumana? Ishvara is the Jagat Karanam and Ishvara is Sarvajna. This is the anumana. Karyatvat, etc. Vitireka Drishtan, Vitirekena Kulalavati ityadi, Anumana Prakarena, this Anumana Prakarena, our Anumana Meva Upanyastam iti, that's what he says. Now, Acharya answers here. If at all Shruti is not an independent Pramana, then what is going to come? The fourth sutra, Tattu Samanvayat. Samanvaya of what is considered Samanvaya? The harmony, one Tatparya, right? The whole Veda is seen as one sentence, one big sentence with a lot of clauses, adverbs, adjectives and whatnot. Okay? The whole Veda is seen as one big sentence. Eka Vākyata is there. Eka Vākyata means Eka Tatparyata. Parama Tatparya, there is only one. Mukhya Tatparya is one. And what is that? Jagat Karanam Brahma Tadahamasmi. Advayam Brahma Ahamasmi. This is the Tatparya. Jiveshwara Aikyam Brahma Advitiyatvam Atma Advitiyam is the Parama Tatparya. And all the rest of the portions subserve in arriving at this, the central theme, the main idea, the main vision. Okay? So Eka Vākyata is there, that is established in the fourth sutra, a very important sutra. That sets the tone for the entire Brahma Sutra, the Samanvaya Adhikarana. Tattu Samanvaya, that sutra sets the tone for the entire Vichara. 551 sutras, all that is said is all the Vichara basis set by this sutra, Tattu Samanvaya, most important sutra. Samanvaya being there, Samanvaya of what? Of all the Veda Vākyas, Shruti Vākyas, Vedanta Vākyanam, Advaite Brahmanyeva Samanvayat, that is said here. So, the Sutrakara enquires, brings a lot of Shruti Vākyas and enquires through these sutras. If your Anumana is what is going to be inquired, why Sutrakara should bring in Shruti Vakyas? Ikshatehe na asabdam, the fifth sutra. Ikshati brings in Tadaikshata, that is what is inquired there. Tadaikshata bahusyam prajayayati chandogya, Shruti Vakya is inquired. Anandaha, Anandamayaha, Abhyasa, etc. Anandamaya is referred. What is Anandamaya? Taittiriya Ukta, Anandamaya only. Is Anandamaya Parambrahma? Is Anandamaya Atma? You see, that's a question comes. The Taittiriya Vakya is inquired into. So in all over, in most of the sutras, inquire into this Shruti Vakya only. If you say that my Anumana is Swatantra Pramana, then Acharya Sutrakara Vedavyasa need not inquire into all this Shruti Vakya, because your Anumana itself is the independent Pramana. That is not being done here. This is Brahma Sutra, not Anumana Sutra. This is, and you may say that we have our own Sutra. Gautama Sutras are there, Kanada Sutras are there. Okay. Therefore, this is redundant. Brahma Sutra is redundant. When Anumana is what is presented, if Anumana is presented here, this book itself is not necessarily redundant, because we have our own sutras. You are going to look into Anumana only. Our sutras talk about all this Anumana. Come to our sutras. Why do you look into Brahma Sutras? Okay? So it's not a simple objection. This whole thing is unnecessary, because our sutras are there, our books are there. You look into them. That's what you need to do. Is the Vaisheshika's thinking. So it is pointed out here. So that's why Bhashyakara said, Bhagavan Sutrakaraha aha iti. Bhagavan means Sarvajnaha, Sarvajna Kalpaha. Sarvajnaha Bhagavan Sutrakaraha aha. So Sutrakara, Vyasa is not committing a mistake here. He should be looking into Anumana, but he is looking at Shruti Vakya. He is Bhagavan, he is Sarvajnaha. So therefore, that also points out that. And then next sutra we are going to see Shastra Yonitvat. Next sutra. Brahma is known only through Shastra. That's going to be said. Shastrameva Yonihi. Yonihi means Moolam, Pramanam. Shastram is the Pramana for Brahma, not Anumana. It's going to be said. Therefore, looking at the sutra, Uttara Sutranam, all the sutras present Shruti Vakya only. Vichara is about Shruti Vakya only. Therefore, Janmadi Sutra also talks about, it takes the Shruti alone, based on Shruti alone. Swatantriyena Shruti artha vicharyate natu anumanam iti Acharya answers here. The Siddhanti the answer here. Na Vedanta Vākya Kusuma Grasanarthatvat Sutranam Grathana Arthatvat. Vedanta Vākya Grathana, putting them into an orderly Vichara Grathana. Like even making a garland out of flowers. Vedanta Vākya Kusuma, Vākya Artha, Vākya Kusuma, Grathana Arthatva, Sutrana. Sutras are, Brahma Sutras are meant to analyze the Vedanta Vākyas only. And Vedanta Vākyas are compared into Kusuma, flowers, because the word Sutra here. Sutra is like a thread. Like the thread holds together all the flowers into a garland, so too the Sutra, Brahma Sutras, hold the Tatparya of all the Vedanta Vakyas, showing that there is no contradiction. There is one voice. All the Shruti Vakyas have one Tatparya, one vision, one central vision. Parama Tatparya, Mukhya Tatparya is one iti, that is presented here. Therefore, Vedanta Vākya Kusuma Gratanarthatvat Sutrana. That he explains. Vedanta Vākyanihi Sutraihi Udahritya Vicharyante. Indeed, Sutra Vedanta Vakyani Udahritya, taking up the Vedanta Vakyas only, they are inquired into, Vicharyante. Vedanta Vakyani Vicharyante. Natu Anumanani, Natu Yuktayaha na Vicharyante. Vedanta Vakyani eva Vicharyante. Udahritya Vicharyante. Taking from the Shrutis, they are taken up, these Vakyas are taken up and they are Vicharyante. And further, what is it that the Mumukshu, the seeker of freedom, fullness, the Mumukshu, one who wants to be free from samsara, sorrow, what is the person seeks? Purnatva, Muktihi, Mokshaha. And how it is gotten? Is it produced something? Moksha is produced. If it's produced, it will be Anitya. Right? Yat Kritakam tat Anityamiti. Moksha produced will be, freedom gotten will be limited, time bound. Any freedom gotten is time bound. Whereas that is not what the person seeks. The person seeks unconditional freedom, total freedom, unconditional freedom from sorrow is what is being sought. In other words, unconditional fullness, that is what's being sought. That cannot be under condition, any condition that is produced. It cannot be. What can you say that it is not there? No? How do you conclude it is not there? Right? How do you conclude that unconditional freedom is not there? You cannot conclude that. You have to have some proof. You need to have some reasoning to say that it is not unlimited, it is not unconditional. Whatever that is produced is conditional, limited. Whatever that is gotten, changed, produced, etc. That's right. Samskaryam, Vikaryam, Apyam, Utpadyam, all Anityam iti, that is all known. It can be understood. Even Swarga also, paradise also is temporary. Right? That's also, is correctly it can be inferred. There is no permanent paradise. There is no permanent heaven. Okay? Permanent heaven is not there. Because it is gotten through karma. Something that you do, right? Mental or physical, that's what produces heaven, Swarga, paradise. That is not, cannot be nitya, cannot be permanent. That also comes and goes. So therefore, yat kritakam tadanityam iti, sarvam kritakam, anything that is produced, gotten is temporary only. Could be long lasting, but still temporary only. Right? And then what about the unlimited, unconditional freedom that I am looking for? I cannot say that it is not there. I have no proof to say that it is not there. It is not possible. I cannot say. The many Western thinkers say, the absolute is unknowable, they say. That's a conclusion. That's your conclusion. That's your idea. The absolute is unknowable. Right? That's just their idea. It's not a fact. It's just an idea. Now, look at the Purushartha. What do I seek? I am looking for moksha. Right? That is the Niratishaya Sukha Prapti Atyanta Dukkha Nivrittihi. That's what I am seeking. And this is Purushartha is, we cannot say that this Purushartha is Anyaya, this is unreasonable, this is this is what do you call that? Unreasonable. You are looking for something that is unreasonable. I am looking for happiness, abiding happiness, unconditional happiness, fulfillment, freedom from sorrow. I am looking for that. Nobody can say that this is unreasonable, illogical, etc. It is there. Alright. Further, Pramana being there, Shastra Pramana is there. The Pramana points out that Moksha Nityaha. Moksha Nityaha. Why Moksha is Nitya? Because it is you. You are Atma and you are Nitya. You are Brahma. What about my sorrow, etc.? They have their own causes. And all the causes, all the attributes or the causes are based on your not knowing your Swarupa. So here, not knowing is the problem here. Not knowing leads to wrongly knowing, wrongly thinking, wrongly concluding. That is the problem here. Therefore, here mokshaha nityaha iti siddhaha iti. Therefore, mumukshutva is being there. Jigyasa comes later. Mumukshutva being there. And this mumukshutva is fulfilled only when the person discovers oneself to be the free truth, the free absolute truth. It is not that I become the truth or I now have the truth. No, you are the truth. Right? Therefore, that is only in the form of avagatihi, knowing. It's not becoming, it is only knowing. There's no becoming Brahma, there's no becoming free. You are free. That you are free, you need to understand, you need to own this. That's called avagatihi. Okay? Brahma avagatihi itself. Brahma means Purnam, Advitiyam Purna, Satya Nitya. Avagatihi, understanding, owning that. Knowing here is not just an information. Correct? I have been repeatedly saying, knowing is not just information, not being informed, but you are verily that. You need to transform yourself in the sense that you need to shed your wrong notions about yourself, wrong conclusions about yourself. I am the body, it's a wrong conclusion. I am the mind, it's a wrong conclusion. I am my feelings, it's a wrong conclusion. I am the ahankara, ego, it's a wrong conclusion. I look, I appear as the ego, but I am not the ego. Ahankaraha Atma, Atma is not Ahankaraha, right? Dehaha is Atma, but Atma is not Dehaha. Jagat is Brahma, but Brahma is not Jagat. Therefore, this avagatihi, what is sought by the mumukshu is Brahma avagatihi. Mumukshuna Brahma avagatihi ishta. That is what is being sought here. Abhishta. And for that sake alone, Shastra proceeds. Shastrasya arambaha mumukshu moksha arthameva. And that cannot be gotten by this anumana, etc. And Shastra itself comes and says, Tam tu aupanishadam purusham prichhami. In the Brihadaranyaka it comes. I ask you, Yajnavalkya, I ask you of this Purusha, Atma, who is Aupanishada. Aupanishadam Purusham Prichhami. I ask you about that Atma who is known only from Upanishad, only through the revealed through the Upanishad, revealed by the Upanishad alone. Aupanishadam Purusham Prichhami iti. Shruti points out that Atma Tattva, Brahma Tattva is known only only from Vedanta Vākya only. Therefore, Vāshyakara says here, Vākyartha Vicharana Adhyavasaya Nirvrittahi Brahma Avagatihi Na Anumanadi Pramanantara Nirvritta. Anumane Pramanantara Nirvritta Na iti it is there. He indeed Brahma Avagatihi, owning oneself to be Brahma, owning oneself as Brahma, Advitiyam Purnam Brahma. This is Brahma Avagatihi, Aparoksha Jnanam, Jivan Muktihi. Avagati is not just information, but it is being Brahma. Not becoming Brahma, but being Brahma. Becoming means it is always Anitya. As we know, the 10th man, the fellow does not become the 10th man. He is the 10th man. Devadatta is the 10th man. So the Shastra also, Aham Brahma Asmi, I am Brahman. It's not I become Brahman. Tatitvam Asi, I am Atma Brahma. All Siddha it is. You are Brahma is Siddha Vastu. It is Siddha it is. Only out of ignorance and born of ignorance, Anyata Grahana, etc., Avidya, Moha, Bhranti, I conclude myself to be this body, this man, this woman I am, this much I am, this tall I am, this fair I am or unfair I am, and then old I am, young I am, happy I am, sad I am. These are all erroneous conclusions about oneself, right? Wrong conclusion, without any basis, without any valid basis. It's just taken to be real. We just assume to be right, without even looking into whether it is real, whether it is correct. We just assume. And fortunately, these are wrong assumptions. Fortunate because we can correct them. We can understand. Otherwise, we are doomed. Okay? If Deha is Atma, if I am Samsari, if I am Dukhi, if that is the truth about me, then I have no. Then it is illogical for me, unreasonable for me to look for happiness. I want to be free. I want to see myself as the free person free within. Okay? That itself will become illogical, unreasonable, if that is the truth about me. But my Purushartha itself is a strong indicator that I am not that. I am not a jiva, I am not a samsari, I am not the afflicted one, I am not the one who is subject to afflictions. Alright, therefore, here the Purushartha Avagatihi is understanding, owning, assimilating, comprehending, being that truth, living in the light of this truth about oneself. This is called moksha, correct? Jivan mukti. Living, the whole life is pervaded. The thought process, response, action, enjoyment, whatever that prarabdha brings, and seeing in the world, whatever happens in the world, what people do, what they don't do, seeing all that in the light of Sarvam Brahma. Right? Everything is, the whole life is pervaded, whole life, every moment, everything, every thought, every word, every action, every interaction is pervaded by this truth. That is moksha, that is freedom, that is Brahmavagatihi, and that is nirvritta, accomplished by adhyavasana, nischaya, knowledge, nischaya which is gotten through vicharana, analysis, inquiry of Vākya artha, Shruti artha, Vākya artha vicharanena, adhyavasanena, nirvritta, gotten by this understanding, nischaya. Na anumanadi pramana nirvritta. It is not gotten through anumana, etc. So, tatparya nischaya is gotten only from the vichara of the Shruti Vakyas. And then Brahma is Atma, that is gotten only from Shruti Vakya vichara. That only makes the person discover freedom, mukti. Freedom is not something gotten. Freedom is something discovered. Happiness is not something gotten. Happiness is something discovered. Fulfillment is not something gotten. It is something discovered as me. Right? As myself, as the very being. That is what called unconditional freedom, etc. Therefore, Brahmavagatihi hi nirvritahi na anumanadi pramana iti. Alright. Now, having when it is said, the Purva Pakshi is asking, are you totally dismissing anumana, reasoning, dismissing that? If you dismiss anumana, reasoning, logic, etc. totally, then where is vichara, inquiry? Brahma Vicharaha Kartavyaha you have declared. Okay? Brahma Jignasa means Brahma Vicharaha only. For Avagati. For the Avagati, Vichara is necessary. Vichara means reasoning is there. But you are trying to dismiss the whole reasoning as a not necessary, or is what? Is what you say. Right? Now, the Bhashyakara says here, Satsuhi Vedanta Vakyeshu, Satsutu Vedanta Vakyeshu Jagataha Janmadi Karana Vadishu Tadartha Grahana Dardhyaya Anumanam Api Vedanta Vākya Avirodhi Pramanam Bhavate Na Nivaryate Shrutya Evacha Sahayatvena Tarkasya Abhyupetatvat. We'll continue. 11 o'clock we'll resume. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Sishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.